Okay, so welcome. Today I'd like to make a little reflection about the power of telling your story, especially for healing trauma. Okay, welcome. So I've just spent the last 5 days on this land, mainly barefoot, doing a men's festival called Menfest, and I've been involved in the organising this year, and we've had about 150 men in a field, no drink, no drugs, just sharing circles and workshops and dance, music, playing, and yeah, it's felt very healing. And as I mentioned last week in my video, I did a talk on Friday morning about boarding school syndrome, and there was 20 of us, and 19 ex-boarders and one who had been affected by boarding school, and I just found it so healing. And I also did another sharing circle on the Saturday, and again it's this power of men, women, just speaking from our hearts. It doesn't have to be long. It was just 2-3 minutes each. We were just sharing our experiences of school, and for me, I had a lot of tears, and it just felt so healing to hear other people's stories. And it's like what I find with trauma myself is when I often judge people, especially boarding school. It's like judge people as better than me or less than me. Then when I know their story, it's like they become human. I have empathy, compassion for these people. And someone made a reflection afterwards who wasn't at boarding school. He came and he says, "Oh, I judge all of you guys as rich toffs, and it really triggers me. I wanted to come." And actually, when these people who haven't been to school, boarding school, they meet those that have, and they hear the stories, it's like they're horrified. They're like, "Oh my God, I'm so glad I didn't go." But to most of the world, it seems like, as Nick Duffel says, trauma, abandonment, and privilege. So it's privilege. It's seen as privilege, the boarding school life. And on one level, yes, it gives us status, but the internal world, the wounding that everyone doesn't see, and I liken it to Dorian Gray's picture, in Oscar Wilde. On the surface, we seem like these really successful people, the politicians, the businessmen, but underneath we have this story that is heartbreaking. And it's like, and I just feel this brotherhood towards those people who've shared, who kind of like, yeah. So I'd love to do that at some point, maybe over the coming years, is travel around the UK and just do these circles of men or women, just so we can share. This was my story, and hear other people's stories. So it's not just about I'm all alone. So yeah, just some reflections. I've now got a break for a week, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So driving back up north. So many blessings to you, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.